Hi there, Chip Scoggins here from the Star Tribune Sports Department. Thanks so much for allowing me to be with you and visit with you here in a couple weeks and share kind of my story on Austin, Minnesota, and the town and just the project I did there. Really was a fascinating thing to be a part of. I didn't know anything about Austin, Minnesota. For years. I've lived here for 20 years and really knew nothing about the city, the town, and it's this idea that came to me when I went to a state basketball tournament, I think in 2016, and I saw Austin playing in the championship game, and I saw their roster, and half of the players were South Sudanese kids, and I asked somebody, I said, what is the story there? And I was told that their parents probably worked for the Hormel packing plant, and so that created a seed in my mind to find out more about the town and those families and the community. And so last spring, I drove down to Austin for the first time and met with the athletic director at Austin High School and said, tell me about your school and your community. And boy, it opened the door to just a wonderful narrative and about a town embracing, not completely at first, but over time, people from all over the world. Austin is a true melting pot. For years, it was predominantly all white, and the town was the hub of that town is Hormel, the packing plant. And over time, which started with the strike, but just the way the United States has changed, Austin changed along with it, and so you had this flood of immigrants from all over the world. 6 continents people have come from to Austin, and it started with Hispanics predominantly early on, and then you saw South Sudanese, and then Karen immigrants from Southeast Asia, and now it's just really all parts of the globe are reflected in Austin. I think it's just a fabulous story, and it revolves around the story I did. Really 2 parts. I spent some time with the boys soccer team, who has players from 6 different continents on it some years, which is fascinating. But also the boys basketball team. They for years really good program and going to state tournaments, and it was all predominantly white for years. And now it's probably 80%, 70% kids from South Sudan, and just the way the town has embraced and helped the different communities. And you see it in basketball, whether it's rides to practice, rides to games, help buying shoes. Austin has really found that there's differences, but you can bridge those differences. And I had heard a quote someone gave to me from a Lutheran pastor, gave a sermon, told one Sunday, and he had a great quote. He said, "Progress moves at the speed of relationships." And I think that's pretty powerful, and I think you see that throughout Austin. Progress moves at the speed of relationships. And I think once walls came down in Austin, because initially there was some resistance, some unknowns about how the town was shifting. And I think once those walls came down, I think people saw that, hey, we have some common things in our life too here. Our kids play sports. Our kids go to school together. We're neighbors. And so it helped kind of bridge gaps. And I think it's just an amazing story of what that town has done in terms of the leadership from government, police, in the schools, really extending a hand and saying, we're not going to have silos in this town. We may be different, we may look different, we may talk different, but we're going to be a community. And I had a chance to go down there, I think it was 18 times over 6-7 months, and visit with different people from different nationalities, different backgrounds, the mayors. I think Bonnie Reitz, who is going to speak to you guys too, the former mayor, she was very instrumental in some of the programs that they started. And so it was really just the highlight of my journalism career, to be able to tell their story and meet those people and embrace the narrative that Austin is right now, and it's just it's a fascinating story, and I look forward to talking to you guys more about it. This is a wonderful opportunity for me, and I really appreciate you showing your interest, and hopefully you learn something from the discussion and kind of how Austin has handled it. So I look forward to seeing you, and can't wait to do it. Thank you very much.